of MC. As I said, my second role is husband of one of the honorees, of Ruth. But my third role is actually to be a witness. And I want to bear witness to the transformative power of the JRC and the influence of Rebbetzin Leah Cohn that she has, not just on one woman in particular, but we can multiply it by the many, many women, Jewish women, that she's influenced through her Torah and Chesed. And we're all here to pay tribute to her and to her husband, Rabbi Cohn, for all they have accomplished and continue to do. Yashika, and we wish them many years of health to continue doing this for Klal Yisrael. I went to school only a few blocks away from here at MTA and then at YU. And my Rebbe, Rabbi Shmuel Scheinberg, Zatzal, used to tell us, Talmidim, that we could learn from the Parshas HaShavua. We should read it as if it were the Daily News. Now, the Daily News was a much more important paper back then, of course. And he said you could find in the Parsha the story of the current events of what's happening in our world. Well, we just read on Shabbat the Parsha of Vayakhel, where Moses assembled the people. And indeed, this is an august assembly here today. And it's an assembly of people from many walks of life who have been influenced both by the JRC and Kivun. Because the JRC and Kivun share a single vision. They are focused on the needs of Am Yisrael. These needs evolve, and so do these two organizations. The fast speed in which society evolves forces us too often towards superficiality and not dealing with the core significant problems. The JRC responds with in-depth, text-based thinking and learning. By going back to the same sources time and time again, for years and years with a fresh eye, and a focus on the current preoccupations, we find true answers to the questions we are all seeking. We are able to adapt and to reach deep within ourselves. The development of Kivun and its teachers' training program aims at adapting the programs in this same very spirit. The JRC also reaches out to a broader audience and population. This Torah learning unites backgrounds, different ages, nationalities, and social upbringing. I also want to harken back to Vayakhel to talk a little bit about the influence of Rebbetzin Cohn, if I may. And that is, we all know that in the Parsha, there is a reference there to the significance of the Jewish women when it came to building the Mishkan. That the Ramban says they outdid the men in bringing gifts to build the Mishkan. They took their jewelry and ran to donate it to the building of the Mishkan. So we all know that women in general were significant for the furtherance of Yiddishkeit. But I also noticed something in the Parsha that I found a little bit strange and I could not figure out until I thought about it in terms of Rebbetzin Cohn. There are two psukim in the Parsha. The first one says, V'chol isha chachmas leiv. The first one speaks of a woman who is wise of heart, and it says it in the singular, a woman. The second pasuk, a little bit further down, says, V'chol hanashim asher nasa libam hosana b'chachma. The second one speaks of women in the plural. So what does that mean? I think it means, in this instance, that a single woman of Chachmas Leiv